Welcome to Learn and Go with Laurie. I'm Laurie McCauley from Optimum Pet Vitality, and today I want to talk to you about laser, specifically with a 915 nanometer wavelength. And you'll say, Laurie, I haven't even heard of that one. But if you have a Sumis laser or are thinking about buying a Sumis laser, you should know the information, the research behind it. So I want you to know I did an extensive search, and these are the reports that I could find, all of the reports that I could find. The first study looked at human fibroblasts and looking at the mitochondrial transmembrane potential. So that's related to increasing our ATP production, which is one of the things we want for healing. They looked at 45, 15, and 5 joules per centimeter squared, both continuous or pulsed. And their pulse was a 50% duty cycle, so half the amount of energy that the continuous wave had. What they found was that 45 and 15 joules per centimeter squared, we actually did worse. Even at 5 joules per centimeter squared, they did worse. But at 5 joules per centimeter pulsed, so half that amount of energy, they had an improvement. What would I like to see? I'd like to see the same study done, but with smaller amounts of energy. I bet we might see better, but hopefully they'll do it and we'll find out. The next study we're looking at is on osteoblasts. So in this study, again, they looked at 45, 15, and 5 joules per centimeter squared, and then their power is in watts per centimeter squared, and they did a 10-fold increase. So 1.25 and 0.12 watts per centimeter squared. And again, what they found was that the higher doses, they didn't do very well. But at the lowest dose, so 5 joules per centimeter squared and 0.12 watts per centimeter squared, they saw an increase in mineralization, and this actually sums up really nicely. They had an increase in mineralization, but they did not see an increase in proliferation of the osteoblasts, which is one of the things I'd like to see. Again, I think a lower dose might have helped. The last study I can find is on oral mucosal wounds. So they took 108 rats and they pulled out their third premolar. Then they either left it as control, they did 1/3 of them with a one-time laser dosage, and the last group had a daily laser dosage, and they looked at them day 1, day 7, and day 14. So what did they do? They used the 915 nanometer wavelength at half a watt. They put in 150 joules. To me, that's a little bit on the high side, but they did it at 1 centimeter off the wound. So you're going to have some reflectance. You're going to lose a little bit that way. And they looked at redness, swelling, pain, and the size of the wound. And you can see up here, here's our 3 groups, and here's the first 6 days, and here's a graph on wound size. So you can see they actually did best for the daily treatments, but by the end, there's not a lot of difference. This was kind of cool. At the end, they took control, one laser treatment, and daily laser treatment, and they looked at the epithelium. And looking at this, you could say, wow, that looks the best. But in actuality, the daily laser treatment is closer to normal. All right, that's all we have. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I'm Laurie McCauley with Optimum Pet Vitality. I'll see you next time on Learn and Go with Laurie.